Welcome students for the 8087 NDP data types. So in this particular lecture we are going to learn about how NDP supports for the data types. There are three data types supported by the NDP. First one is the main type integer, second one BCD format in packed BCD format, second one is and third one is the floating point numbers. And in these types there are again three subtypes are there. In case of integer, 16-bit format, 32-bit format and 64-bit format is there. Packed BCD, only one single version is there. And in case of floating point numbers, there are three variations with 32-bit, 64-bit and 80 bits format. So let us see each of these formats in detail along with the examples how to represent a number in these formats. First format, integer data types. In the integer data types, the first subtype is a word integer, which is of 16 bits. So this supports signed integers. Signed refers to the positive as well as negative numbers. So here, out of 16 bits, the MSB is used for representing a sign. If the sign is positive, it means my number is positive, and if sign is 1, stands for the negative number. So here representation of the numbers is always done in case of 2's complement format. 2's complement format, that's why the 16th bit, that is B15, is not used for the representation or as a part of the number magnitude. Remaining 15 bits from B0 to B14 are included into magnitude. Let us take an example of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a positive number. So positive number in the binary, this will be represented by 0011 in 16 bits format. All 4 zeros, 0011 and 1001. So this is the binary format, and 2's complement of this positive number will be same as the given format. So here whenever we are converting this number into binary, this will give only 14 bits, but whatever MSB 2 bits are there, these are added to the number to indicate that complete 16 bits should be there. So wherever the number less than 15 bits is there, we are padding the result with the 0 zeros at the MSB. So this won't change the magnitude of the number. Now this is regarding the positive numbers. And let us take the same example for the negative. If I wanted to represent minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the same format, that is word integer of 16-bit size, then here we are using 2's complement representation for the representing negative numbers. So this is my 16-bit format for this number. So negative numbers we represent by 2's complement. So 1's complement will be this, reversing the each of the bit, and 2's complement we calculate by adding simply 1 to the LSB. So this number, that's complete 16 bit, will be represented in this format. So this is the 16 bit representation of the minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is regarding the first subtypes, word integer. Now similarly short integer can be represented of size 32 bit, range from 10 raised to 9 minus 10 raised to 9 to positive 10 raised to 9, and similarly positive numbers with sign as 0 and negative numbers in sign as 1. Similarly 64 bit format also, long integers of size 64 bit. So here we are having range from minus 9 multiplied by 10 raised to 18 to the 9 positive 9 multiplied by 10 raised to 18. Again negative numbers are represented in 2's complement format. Now let us move to the second main type, that is packed BCD type. In case of packed BCD type, there are total 18 digits represented by this number. So here we know that in case of BCD format, we are representing 0 to 9 digits by using the 4 bits. That is 4 bits binary combination of each bit. For the 0, all zeros, for 1, 0, 0, 1, etc. And for the 9, we are having the max number as 1 in case of BCD, and this will be the binary representation of 9 in case of BCD. So there are again BCD, two types are there, packed BCD and unpacked BCD. Packed BCD refers that Packed ABCD format uses complete byte for the representation of number. It means 4 bits are required for each digits. It means in a byte I can take 2 digits of BCD. So that's why if I'm using complete byte to represent 2 BCD digits, then this format is called as a packed BCD format. Whereas in case of unpacked BCD format, only single digit is represented in each of the byte. That is, if I wanted to represent BCD 99, in that case, in case of packed BCD, I can use the complete 8 bit and 1 byte is sufficient for the representation of 99. Whereas if we are talking about unpacked BCD, for representing a single digit, that is 9, I will be using complete 09 as 1 byte, and for representing the second digit of the BCD, I should use another byte. So it means for representing this number, I need 2 bytes of the uh, number. So here this is the difference between packed BCD and unpacked BCD. So here we can represent this packed BCD. It means we can represent 2 digits in each of the byte. So here, out of complete 80 bits, 8087 supports a complete length of 80 bits, and all 80 bits can be used to represent a packed BCD format. So here first byte 2 digits, second byte 2 digits, up to 9th byte we can go for using a 2 digits. So 9 into 2, total 18 digits can be represented here for the BCD. Now the question comes, why we are not using the remaining 8 bits. So out of these remaining 8 bits, 1 bit is required for representing a sign of the number, and that's why the complete byte we cannot use. And whatever remaining bits are there, 7 bits from the last byte, these are don't care, which are not included as a part of magnitude. So here we can go for any 18 bits length, 18 digits length of the BCD format. And again, sign bit represents 0, positive number, and 1 represents a negative number. Now let us move to the most important part of the data types, floating point representation. Here this is the major change in case of 8087. Earlier processors were supporting the integers, that's why they are capable of performing the operations. But when it comes to the floating point representation, none of the processors earlier to the 8087 were able to perform these operations, and neither to the speed as compared to the 8087. That's why here 8087 the max use is made in case of floating point representation, and it's this capability makes it work for the many more of the functions, just like trigonometric, sine, exponent, or square root, etc. So this capability makes 8087 more powerful. So here it is using a IEEE standard format for representation of a number. For supporting IEEE standard format, it always uses a normalized form. Normalized form where Mantissa will always have an integer part with the value 1. So let us see which are the parts of my number. Whenever I am representing a number, which are the parts which is called as a mantissa or exponent or fractional part of this. So let us see these in detail with the first type of floating point representation. So first subtype of floating point representation is 32-bit short real. Short real where we are using a single precision, and the length of this number can go from 10 raised to minus 38 to 10 raised to 38. So let us see, we wanted to represent a number 56.75. This number we wanted to represent. So this number will be represented in binary in this format. So 56 and this will be 75. So here before moving to this data type, you must be sure about how to convert integral part into binary and fractional part into binary. That is important. That is a prerequisite for learning these data types. So here whenever this value we are getting as a binary representation of this number, so here the normalized form says that mantissa will always have an integer part with value 1. So if this is my complete number, out of this one will be my integer part and this will be my fractional part. So here, as per the requirements of IEEE, I should have, or the number representation always should have only one as a integral part. So we are having some extra bits also as part of this integral part. So here we need to convert into the required format. That's why this floating point need to be moved to the left of this number by 5 digits. So here the same representation we can come with this conclusion, that whatever floating point is there, that will be moved to the left of this number, and because of this the same number can be represented in this way. So here right now mantissa or integral part is having only 1 to the integral part. So out of these numbers, so here the red part or this 5 is called as exponent and fractional part is also called as a significant. In case of IEEE standard format, this integral part is implied. There is no place or any physical storage of this one. This one is implicitly assumed that it exists into the number. Only there is a provision to store the significant, and only there is provision to store the exponent. We cannot store this one as part of the physical storage of this number, as this is a mandatory part for the IEEE standards, and this one is always implied in case of a number. So if consider we wanted to represent this number in case of 32-bit short real format, I am having exponent equal to 5, and significant is also available here. So here significant is always having the, in case of 32-bit format, this format we are following, that out of 32 bits, first 23 bits will be used for the significant, next 8 bits will be used for the exponent, and the last bit will be used for the sign representation. Right now my number is positive, so it means we will have sign as 0, indicating that right now this number is positive. Next, exponent. For the exponent total we are having the 8 bits. So here whenever we are moving the fractional or floating point from this number, in case of to have in standard format, we are moving to the left. There can be scenarios where we need to move this floating point to the right. In that case we will have a negative exponent also. If negative exponent, then in this format I should go for, or it should have a way to represent a sign of the exponent also. So in order to reduce this complexity, here we always using a biased exponent. Biased exponents which allows for the only positive exponents. Whatever exponent we have calculated, to that we are adding some fixed value for the each format. For example, in case of 8 bits, we are having the biased exponent as 7f. This will be my exponent which will be stored into my format. 7f will give me 84 as my value, and this binary value we will represent here. So here I will represent this number as, or if you are not sure about the calculations, we can use a system calculator where we are having facility to add the hexadecimal numbers also. So F stands for the 15, 15 plus 5, 20. We are representing 20 by 1, 4. So here 4 will be here and carry will be 1, and 1 plus 7 gives me 84. I will enlarge this value. So this will be how my exponent will be calculated. Exponents are always biased or extended to the actual value, so that we need not to worry about the handling the sign of the numbers. While storage, whatever actual exponent is there, that will be added to the biased value. In case of 32 bits, the biased exponent is a 7f. So here exponent is always extended for the extended by 7f. Extended in order to just not to bother about the sign of the number. So after adding the biased value, we will have 8 and 4 as my exponent, which covers 8 bits, and remaining significant. While writing the significant, we should start significant writing from the left. It means here I will be having significant as 1 1 triple 0 triple 0 and 1 1, and remaining bits up to the 0 unless and until the significant size becomes 0, these bits will be 0 0. So in this way we are storing this number in case of 32-bit real single precision format. I hope you have understood this point, and on this basis we are using, or in the same way there is one more format, 64-bit long real and temporary real. Here the difference between the first type and second type is that only the length, that 0 to 64, 0 to 79. Here we are using 11 bits for the biased exponent, and here exponent is extended by the 3f. So this total, it means we are extending exponent here so that we can cover the larger number, and significant size is of 52 bits. In case of temporary real, the exponent is extended for 3 triple f, and significant size is varying from 0 to 63 bits. And here the biased exponent is of size 15 bits, and here 11 bits. So here it means students should try for the example how to represent the same number by using these formats, 64-bit long real and only temporary real. Here in order to perform this calculation, we are adding here exponent is 5 plus 3 ff. That value will be stored as exponent here, sign is positive, and in case of this format exponent will be calculated as 3 triple f, and equal to the same value in 15 bits will be stored here in case of biased exponent. So I hope you have clearly understood how to represent the numbers in case of floating point representation, and also in packed BCD and integer parts. So if you are having query regarding this point, you can contact me through mail or through comments in the video. Thank you for listening to this video. So by this video we complete our 7th chapter of the syllabus, and soon we'll upload the video of the 8th chapter. Thank you.